Good news, everybody, and welcome to Books on Sup, a show that brings you books on a sup. Because everybody knows that books taste better on a sup.
Books on Sup, Books on Sup. Life's too short, so let's book on Sup. 'Cause books taste better on a sup.
Guy, why did you dare this choppy water coming out here to the middle of the ocean bring us a book review? Because I give people. And when I'm not giving, I'm giving more. So, today we will be talking about Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness, you say? Is that a book? Is that an actual book? Isn't that an old-timey book? Isn't that about 120 years old? In fact, it's 120 years old today. Happy birthday, Heart of Darkness. Why are we reviewing a book that is on the middle of the row, 100 most important books to read, or 100 best books ever written? Why is Heart of Darkness relevant today in the age of pop Snapchat culture, where selfies are king, where people go out of their way to take videos of themselves just for attention? Let's talk about Heart of Darkness. Is Heart of Darkness, a book that's 120 years old, still relevant? I'll review the book. The book tells a story of a young ship captain who dreams of adventure and has always dreamed of exploring the snaky, slithering river in the heart of the Congo, describing the jungle so dense that it's dark, hence the Heart of Darkness. But obviously there are many meanings to the book. Some say the book is an analogy for the troubled times in London at that time. Heart of Darkness takes our hero through the Congo River, searching for a German ivory merchant who's the best ivory merchant, called Kurtz. Because ivory, you can't clean your teeth without ivory. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, ivory was king. Ivory was the Instagram of today. And they couldn't have enough of it. Kurtz, German ivory trader, gone rogue, is the best ivory merchant. And our hero is in pursuit of what's going on with Kurt, why aren't we getting more ivory, and the madness in Africa. The story, as a story, and this is my review and my opinion of the book, is not a great story because you don't really like any of the characters and don't really care. It lacks something. But the magic of the story is the descriptions and the chaos that it describes in the Congo. And that is where this is an original, interesting book. And that is why it's worth reading. Guy, I don't like reading books. Is there any other way I can consume this book and not having to go through the tedium of reading the books? Good news, everybody. There is a film. Not a very good film, but it sounds like a great cast. Tim Roth, slightly overacting as usual.
Philosophic, perhaps.
And John Malkovich, slightly overacting as usual.
The light, too, is dark in here.
The early 90s movie, and it's not very good. I remember nothing of it, and I must have seen it a couple of times as a child. There is a BBC 3 dramatized radio adaptation, a Kenneth Branagh read audiobook, which is the best way to consume it. Anyways, Heart of Darkness. Why is it relevant 120 years today? Well, apparently Congo is still a mess. Started being aware of the book when I saw Anthony Bourdain, CNN.
Known in Heart of Darkness as the Inner Station. The Congo River stretches across the country's middle. Conrad describes it as a twisting snake with its head in the Atlantic Ocean and its tail buried deep in Africa's heart.
And he kept on quoting this book, and it was just such a fascinating look into Congo and how I knew nothing about it, and talking about how the great mess that colonialism has left in Africa, still to this day. So anyways, I remember discussing this book with my mother, and she mentioned that, oh well, you know, isn't Apocalypse Now based on the Heart of Darkness? To which I said, oh, yeah, wow, yeah. But I think it misses the point because, on one hand, and I have an interesting point about this, because doing a story about Africa in Vietnam is not doing a story about Africa. But I once knew a Vietnam vet who served quite high up in the military. He was the father of a friend. And it was the 90s, 80s when all these Vietnam movies were coming out. And I was into these movies. And I asked which movie really describes Vietnam and what it was like. And he said, oh, the best description of Vietnam is Apocalypse Now, because that really captures the chaos that was in Vietnam. And I guess that's why he took the Heart of Darkness, because that captures the chaos that was in Africa at that time, colonialism, how they raped and pillaged the country and its people and its resources, and the gruesomeness and violence of it all. And I guess that's what Francis Ford Coppola. Back in the day, you would have a list of 10 best books, 100 best books, 10 best films. Apocalypse Now would probably be on most movie critics' lists, up there on most important films ever made. In today's culture, where everybody just needs to know what's going on with the Marvel Universe, it's hard to follow 10 best films. We've never had so many films, and we've never had such an amazing opportunity to consume so many films. That's why I took Heart of Darkness as a... Let's slow things down, and let's just think for a little while. Because I feel like we're too hyped up sometimes in irrelevance, and we're missing content. So this is why I'm reviewing Heart of Darkness 120 years from today, its birthday, and saying thank you, Joseph
Conrad
for writing this interesting novel, for bringing our attention, even now, to the Congo and to the atrocities of colonialism in Africa.
slaves, ivory, rubber, minerals. The commodities upon which modern-day Brussels and Antwerp are built.
You're welcome. I'm a giver. As most of you know, I will eventually have to stop subs on books on sub. So enjoy them while you can, and you're welcome. Here from Tel Aviv Beach. I floated over here. I didn't start off here. I risk everything for you guys. You're welcome.